Everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene. It is the 16th of April, and of course, my landlord is going to be starting very soon on the porch. As mentioned that earlier in a vlog, I'm going to say we're going to go into a little more detail on a couple things. And of course, we got to get one of our programs in for the Cable 13 broadcast. So I suppose this would probably be a good bookend to go along with the other program that we're going to be using for the Cable 13 broadcast as well. What was like to be in a situation in a hotel for the week. But now we're not in the hotel, so we can focus on the other issues. Okay, so let's see. Jimmy decided that having everybody in the hotel was just going to cost way too much to be feasible. And especially it was hardship, so it was being created for those of us with cats. And so it was decided, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned this before, that we wanted to put us up in his yellow house in the rear, and that's where I've been staying. One of the problems when staying in the yellow house in the rear is that I have no internet over there, except for a tiny bit of Wi-Fi that manages to get over there from our Wi-Fi hotspot. And the signal's very spotty, and so I was trying to figure out ways to deal with the weak signal. And one of the things I was thinking of doing was to use a repeater to make the signal a little stronger. And that sounds pretty good overall, that you could repeat the signal to go farther. The problem is that the repeaters themselves are cheap enough, but the ones I see are kind of limiting in the sense that they have built-in antennas. You can't swap them out and put in another antenna in its place. At least not the ones in the price I can afford. Maybe some of the bigger ones, more expensive commercial ones can, but the ones that we're talking about for small home office doesn't seem to give me that privilege. I looked into getting a signal amplifier for our existing Wi-Fi hotspot, and it's even more confusing than using a repeater, because Linksys makes one for the older wireless access points using 802.11b, and it says it is not rated for 802.11g, which really kind of makes it kind of hard to determine if that's going to work without being a violation of the Federal Communications Commission, and I don't want to get a ticket for violating the laws. Okay, so that, besides, it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, and if it only does 802.11b, then I'm going to make it 10 megabits per second, and that's really not that bad. I like it a little faster than that, but it's not enough to really be a major hurdle. Then, of course, there was another idea, I said, with a repeater, was to buy one of those big, high-powered parabolic antennas, and basically eye the meatball and aim it right at my room in the yellow house. But they recommend an illustration showing two of those antennas aimed at each other to result in maximum signal strength. Except, of course, my iPhone 3GS does not have an antenna jack on the back. Even if it did, it wouldn't do you a lot of good anyway, because it just would be a real pain in the butt to try to snuggle up with an iPhone with a big fat cord hanging on the back of it. Okay, maybe it's not that fat. No, it's about an eighth inch thick. Okay, so that isn't going to work. But if we could get the signal stronger, the only idea was we're supposedly thinking, well, could we transfer our using a voice or a telephone line to VoIP adapter, and then using a SIP application on my phone, so I can actually manage the telephone switchboard using voice over IP to communicate with the phone system. That really gave me a headache. I'm still trying to figure that out, and I do not understand half the questions I'm asking, and I am just slowly masticating my way through that asterisk manual and through voice over IP stuff and different protocols, and I'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. So I'm sitting I'm over there in the yellow house. It's okay. It's like I said before, it's a 4-bedroom house. What Jimmy wanted to do is the people that are still here are supposed to go over there to the yellow house and stay. For example, Chara and her boyfriend Joe. Well, anyway, that was the whole idea. Was he wanted to have everybody kind of congregate together, break bread together, and kind of be chummy, like roommates together. Well, right now the only one in the yellow house is me. No one else has come over yet. Tara said her and her boyfriend are more than likely will be migrating over to the yellow house once the construction starts because of all the noise and of the cranes and big machines. So we might be seeing Chara in the yellow house pretty soon. That'd be cool. It's quiet over there, but unfortunately enough, it's also lonely. I feel like the lighthouse keeper in that Maytag repair commercial. In case you forgot the commercial, I'm going to try to find a copy of it for you. It's really kind of cute. In fact, if you know where it is, for those of you who do know the older commercials from Maytag, it's a fun commercial, and that definitely is how I feel over there in the yellow house. There's no one there. There's no one to talk to me. It's quiet, and over here I always have some noise, and so let me always feel that there's always a soft, dull roar or people talking or walking in the hallway, so we never feel totally isolated. And of course, we can go out in the hall and we can talk to them too. But over there, there's no one, so it's really quiet. I mean, of course, also the house is basically it's buck naked empty. It is empty. There's no furniture. Oh yeah, there's a treadmill and there's a weight set. Not free weights, like a universal home gym, right? And there's a non-treadmill in the basement, right? And along with all kinds of other odds and ends in the basement, which I don't know what the hell it is, but that's not the point. And so I'm sitting over there, and it just sucks. Was it really that bad? I mean, really? Is it really that bad over there? It's just quiet. There's nothing. I know, sweetie. Anyway, someone likes to come out here in the daytime, hang out with the cats. Yes. But like I said, Jimmy's a nervous wreck right now because he's got this contractor over there, and they're doing whatever they're doing. And of course, Michelle is unfortunately getting underfoot all the time. I'm not trying to get underfoot. I know, but you do. I mean, you make Jimmy nervous wreck. He's like, Michelle, please get away from here. We got this construction crew. There's going to be a lot of machinery. It's going to be noisy. I don't want to see you get hurt. I mean, it's a construction site. Right. In fact, he surely should put a fence up. One of those portable chain link fences and cordon off that area for him and the crew. That's probably what the contractor is going to do. Yeah. Well, we didn't make it easy because it's warm enough. We left the windows open to the porch so the cats can come in and out when they're ready, so I don't have to worry about having to keep screaming for them in the middle of the night. That is got probably be one of the best choices you did, because the cats know how to get in and out the windows. There should be no problem for Fane and Rusty to figure it out. They used to go in and out the windows when they were last year, so I'm sure they'll figure out the details. It'll be better for them. They can go in and out, and they can hang out here and go outside and go potty and stuff like that. Right. And by the way, for those of you who heard my vlog this morning, I want to explain one thing to some of you. I have nothing personally against men. I'm sorry if it sounded like I did. Let me explain one thing to you. I have been hurt by a lot of men. I have been traumatized by many men. Okay. But when you look at the typical behavior of males, of cat and human, the process is pretty much the same. To spread your genetic material. And that is pretty much that's what they focus on. That's what drives the guys. They really want to do it. They just it's not because they're trying to be disgusting. It's just for them, it's their main focus in life. That's their it's what keeps a man happy is to spread his progeny, to make more babies. It's true with cats too. I mean, Rusty is a tomcat. He certainly is going to be looking for a kitty to have his kittens, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And I'm sorry if it may have sounded like I was trying to attack men and attack male cats. I'm not trying to attack male cats or men. It's just, it's not your fault, guys, please. I understand. It's not your fault. You can't help it. It's just the way the chips fall for men. Well, of course, women are always looking to have kids, too. So, we're kind of just as much driven by the same desire. It's a mammal thing. Actually, it's an all-life thing. It's an all-life thing. Even amoebas do the same thing, except they asexually reproduce. Right. Okay, but the point is that in parameciums and like I said, it's just in the where Jesus for the Lord said to Adam and Eve, be fruitful and multiply. Man, just like that. But the sad truth is that a lot of people have turned what could be a very simple process into something it was not intended to be. This is a rated PG channel, so I'm not going to go through and give you a full arm-long list of points and counterpoints, because this is not the appropriate medium for that. But I'll just say this much, is if you are a man and you were offended, I am sorry. I did not mean to offend you. It's not your fault. It's just the way you're wired. And you could say the same about us too, and it would still be accurate. It's just that sometimes it's the additional behaviors that the men do, which has nothing to do with the reproduction that causes a lot of heartaches for a lot of people, and some women do too, similar behaviors. So if you happen to be feeling offended, please don't be. I don't want you to feel like I don't appreciate the many men who showed a lot of genuine concern and compassion. For those of you who have made an effort to be civil and a well-rounded individual, I thank you very much for being part of my program. And I also want to remind you guys is that everybody's more than welcome to comment in the comment section below these videos. Everybody can. I'm not going to stop you from talking. If you really want to hit me with both barrels of your comment blaster, fine, but just understand that I'm going to read them, but does not necessarily mean I'm going to reply. If I can reply to the comments, I will reply to them, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, if it was you on Cable 13, you guys obviously are asking this question: how am I supposed to comment? There's no comment section. Yes, there is a comment section. If you go to http:// www.YOUTUBE.com/NASQWELCOME 2, that's TOMYWORLD. That is this channel on YouTube. Now, please understand, not every video is on there. Unfortunately, we had a couple of accidents where we lost some of the footage or we ran out of room and we didn't have a chance to keep the NTSC and PAL version. So we ended up keeping the NTSC, which I think sucks. So I don't bother put that on that channel. It's also in a very high resolution to keep the NTSC video from looking like garbage on the Cable 13. But the point is, yeah, even so, you can always comment on the channel. And any video, you can comment on any one of the videos. And of course, you can check out me and Leslie's personal channels too. Absolutely. You always can check out both. I'll show you how to get there. It's to get my channel. Okay, the www.youtube.com is the same for both. So that part and the /user. So that part I'm not going to include. You just fill in the blank, okay? My channel is bicachela4, and there you will find a lot of the main videos that we put up on our regular YouTube, including our daily vlogs. And for Lumi's channel, it's, you want to do it? I'll do it. LUMIFINISTRA. And there you'll find a lot of my own personal spirituality discussions and things like that, which these are all separate channels from the Welcome to Our World channel, so you can always keep a track, read them all. Sometimes there's crossover programs, sometimes there isn't. Right, this is going to be a crossover program. This is a crossover program, but it's because we're trying to fill in the blank because we're a little bit short on videos right now, so we're trying to fill in the blanks with something to keep our channel on the public access current. Okay. Now, as far as what you're talking about with the Cable 13 project, not Cable 13, with the voice over IP, do you think it would be feasible? I think, like you suggested, for what I wanted to do is, you said a cordless phone might be cheaper. Yes, and also you can get a couple answering machines. That'd be cheaper too. That's true. Yeah. For what you're going to end up spending, setting up Asterisk, time, money, and patience, it would be cheaper just to get a whole, stack of answering machines and maybe a couple cordless phones, and then I only need one. You only need one cordless phone. Right. Okay. Because most of the tenants have to provide their own phones anyway. Right, so they only have to provide their own answering machine too, wouldn't they? Yeah, but so many of them don't even know where to get answering machines and phones these days. You're kidding me. It doesn't seem like they do. Everybody's got cordless now. So I was thinking about setting up voice over IP so that those people can still be on our system, set up a soft phone application, and then they can still receive phone calls in our phone system. Gotta admit, that sounds like a pretty good idea, but I don't really know if that would work as well as I'd like. I don't know. I don't know either. But anyway, that's one of the projects we're working on. Yeah, it's one of the projects Michelle's working on. And as far as the other things going on, you said that Chara and Joe, I talked to Chara, I didn't talk to Joe directly. She said that I did talk to Joe briefly. He said that he definitely is going to consider going over to the Yellow House because once they start doing the construction, because of OSHA and the safety concerns. Yeah, I definitely would want to be away from all that noise, and worrying about any kind of industrial mistakes or something with the cranes or whatever. Yeah. So it definitely is going to be. So like I said, I mean, I sleep over there, but given the fact is that we don't know how long we're going to be over there, I never really decided to figure out how we're going to handle the ability to deal with everyday uses. Because, I mean, like, one of the questions came up is, could we bring the cats over there? Well, Jimmy never said you couldn't. But I don't think it'd be wise. I don't think it would be wise either, because it's wall-to-wall carpet. Right. Okay, we know what cats do. Not only do they track in dirt, you got a boy cat, he might decide to claim it as his own, and then I'm going to have a problem with cat pee going through the carpet padding and everything, and yeah, that would suck. That would stink. That would literally stink. Right. Well, Rusty's been pretty good about that, but still, you're right. That would be a valid concern. Mm-hmm. The other thing is we don't know if the other people would really feel too receptive of having the cats over there, because, say, for example, if Steven went over there, his cat's a girl cat. Right. She's not fixed. Right. And so there'll be kittens. Yeah. Rusty would definitely make sure of that. And of course, this summer or spring, and the cats are shedding, and the cat hair would be a really big issue. See, with hardwood floors is a lot easier with cats, because I can sweep it. Right. Cat hair and things. But with the rugs, unless you got a really, really nice vacuum, like a powerful Dyson or a nice Eureka or Hoover, or maybe a nice, good, high-quality Electrolux, you're just not going to get all that cat hair and stuff out of the rug. So that's not going to work. No. Now, in the case of the internet, Steven's doing schoolwork. He's going to need to be able to have access to the internet so he can upload his papers and things like that to his courses. You can't do that easily from that kind of connection, right? Because it just can't be done. I'm sure it can be done. It's just the issue of that I just don't think would work, right? So, it would suck. Suck, yeah. So I think you got a couple things to think about. And then Jimmy said to me, "So why don't you move the bed over there?" But then I realized that we don't know how long we're going to be over there. So if I move the bed over there, the problem is I'm going to need a couple strong guys to carry it down, pieces, and then we got to put it together. And then we're going to bring the bed over there, and might bring the dresser. We got one dresser that's all falling apart and needs glue. Why don't you go get some glue and pick up some clamps and glue it at the same time? Well, that's not really too bad of an idea. Thank you. With carpenter's glue. Yeah. Well, that's actually a pretty smart move. I think you're right about that. We could certainly do that. The duct tape would be good because, unlike using, say, for example, standard pipe clamps, it's a lot cheaper. Those clamps are like $30, $40, and I don't want to spend that kind of money to fix a dresser drawer. But definitely, once you put a bead of yellow carpenter's glue on it, and then take and put some on the dovetails, and then go ahead and just, once you set everything in place, just take the tape and go, duct tape is tough. That duct tape is very tough. It'd be perfect for this. Michelle. We gotta figure something to do for you. Okay, guys. Now here's a couple questions I want to ask you. How would be the best way to bring a telephone signal from here to the yellow building? It's about 150 feet away, possibly at the most, maybe 200 tops. And our Wi-Fi signal does get over there at minus 90 decibels per meter. It's not that great of a signal strength by any stretch of imagination. A repeater might work for getting the signal strong enough to hold on to my iPhone. But the problem is that I don't think Jimmy wants me to throw a phone cord all the way across the building, since guess what? It's going to have to transverse over the porch that's being renovated, and that's likely to create all kinds of nasty surprises. So how can I go ahead and keep a working phone over there, a working internet connection over there for the people that need to use it? And we don't even know how long we're going to be over there. Sounds like a tough question we have to figure out somehow. We'll have to figure it out somehow. The good news is Michele's budget is she's holding her own. I don't see Michele going bankrupt in the near future. In fact, Michele's credit score is 654, which I know what you're going to say. Oh, that sucks. Went up 14 points from 640. So that's not bad. No. And Michele is going to keep working on trying to improve her credit score, like she said on the vlog, to bring it up to about 720 to 750. It's going to take a while. But I see Michele's making the effort already, and congratulations and for your efforts. Thanks. And well, I guess that's it for now. And do you think we have enough material for the... Oh, yeah, we have plenty of material for the Cable 13. Now we just got to go ahead and edit it down to fit it within the Cable 13 list. That means... Well, let me explain that real quick, what that means. Okay, you want that? I'll explain it. Because we ran these videos a little bit long on purpose, that way we can edit them down and trim them to fit in the half-hour allotment for the Cable 13. If you watch them on the original channels, they're in the original entirety. But if you watch them on the Cable 13, a lot of them are edited to fit within the time frame allowed. And anything that we feel is inappropriate can be removed from those videos for the Cable 13 audience. And that's way we avoid potentially offending anybody. That's right. That's always the best way to go. Always the best way. Okay, guys, we're going to let you go. But don't forget to like or dislike. Share with your friends and enemies. And subscribe in the comment section below this video on YouTube. And we will read them with our eyes and think about what the video is about, comment, and reply. If it's a comment we can reply to, we will do so. And, by the way, the Cadillac's doing pretty good, isn't it? Sometimes. Right now it's doing okay. It's holding its own. It's doing okay. Yeah, but it's still got a fog in it, though. Yeah, but I think the fog is becoming less noticeable. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm seeing less fog and more clear. That's good. So it's just going to take a lot longer. It's going to take maybe about another 3 years of treatment, because of the fact is that the cataract was so severe in my right eye. The left eye really didn't have much for cataract at all. So the eye drops have already made a major difference in my left eye. But the right eye, the total removal of the cataract, don't count on it. They said in some of the more severe cataract cases, it has made 85% improvement. I don't know how they statistically calculate that, but we'll have to see. We'll see. Okay, that's it, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.